my beautiful parenting community. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening, and a happy new week. Yes, a happy new week, guys. I know I'm gonna start with apologies because I feel like it is just courteous to do so. Yes, yesterday I was Monday. I didn't come on live because like I've already said that I would love to be coming on live sessions every day, 9 p.m. But yesterday I had a technical issue that was beyond my control, so I couldn't make it for the live session. And then today, I had some parenting consultation session that lasted that ate into our live session. That's why I've come in a bit late. I think right now is what time? Let's see. Oh wow, it's 9:24. Yes, 9:24. So I just finished, I just came out I just finished a parenting consultation session. Yes, so I just felt we needed to round up the session very well. I think for me that gives me so much joy, just being able to help parents out in a particular area where they are feeling stuck. That gives me so much joy. So yes, I actually offer consultation services, parenting consultation services. Yeah, so if you're in need of one, you need someone to talk to, you need someone to consult with, I am very much available. That's one of the things that I do joyfully. Okay, so please consult with me, reach out, and I'll be happy to work with you. All right, so yes, so that's what I just did, and I just finished, but because and then it ate into the live session time, but I couldn't leave the mother hanging. Okay, I couldn't leave her hanging, so I had to finish the session. All right, how are you guys doing? How are you doing? Happy new week. I've really missed this session. For me, and these live sessions are always very beautiful, and I love coming in here to just have a conversation with you guys. Let's just talk, let's just chat. My name is Ini, and this is Parenting with Ini. Parenting with Ini is a parenting space where we basically talk about parenting, exclusive parenting topics, content. So if that's one thing that you really love, then you are at the right place, because here we get to talk about anything parenting, exclusively parenting. So that's what in parenting with Ini space is all about. Okay, yeah, so we share plugs, we share ideas, we share encouragement, motivations, and all of those amazing parenting conversation. And today we'll be talking about when is the right time to potty train your child. When is the right time to potty train your child? That's what we'll be talking about in today's live session. Okay, so if that's one thing that you really love, then you are at the right place. So welcome. Please remember the rules of this space. So this channel has rules, three major rules, just three. First of all, you must be a subscriber. I think right now we are at 849. Guys, we can grow, we can get to 1,000. Like, how many do we have, do we need to get to 1,000 subscribers in this space? I think we need, like, how many, 100 and what, 151. Yeah, that's so small. Anyway, yeah, so the first rule, we need to subscribe. So if you've not subscribed, just check right now. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please, that's the first thing you need to do. Okay, and the second one, when you come in, just like the video. Okay, just like, that's the least you can do. Just like the video, and I'll be so grateful. Okay, and the third one, remember to leave a comment. Just say something. You can just say something as least as a hi. Okay, just say hi. I think that will be sufficient. At least say hi. But if you have any parenting related question that you would like to ask, then this space is right here for you. That is why these live sessions are there, because for me, one of the things that has made me to have this live session is to give parents opportunities to get to ask any pressing questions or issues, or something you would like to hear another person's opinion on, something that probably has been bothering you. You would feel like you want to hear another person's view on that topic. As long as it's anything parenting, you can ask. I'll be so happy to answer. I would be so happy to share my own opinion as well. So please feel free. But if you don't have anything to say, just say hi. I'll really, really appreciate. Okay. All right. So let's get into today's topic. Like I said, today's topic will be talking about when is the right time to potty train our babies. But before then, allow me to just go through some of the comments here. I can see Shani. Shani is saying hi. Hi, Shani. Welcome. Welcome to my live session. And then I can see Do Victor. He's saying can come in. Can come into room in. Okay, I'm not sure I understand that. But hi, do Victor. Thank you for joining into my live. And then I also have Leano Anu saying hi, Anu. Thank you for joining in. I really appreciate. Sahi is asking, who are you? Where are you from? Where are you from? I'm from Africa. And I'm doing this live session from Kenya. Yeah, who am I? My name is Ini, and you are at okay, you are in Parenting with Ini YouTube space. Okay, so in Parenting with Ini, we basically talk about parenting, exclusive parenting topics. So I am a child care specialist, yeah, and I enjoy conversations regarding parenting so much. So it's a passion for me, and I really love, and I'm happy to be in this space. All right, so I hope with that brief introduction, can we start? All right, so when is the right time to potty train our babies? When is the right time to potty train the baby? That's what we're talking about today. What is actually potty training? Someone will be asking, what's potty training? Potty training is the process at which we transition our children or our babies from total dependency on diaper to now being able to, go to the toilet by themselves. Okay, now in between getting out of diaper and also going to the toilet itself is where we have the potty, because the potty introduces the toilet. Okay, the potty introduces the toilet. The potty is supposed to look like a toilet. Okay, so the baby starts from that stage, and then once the baby is familiar with the potty, then now we migrate the baby to the main toilet. However, some people actually just jump the stage of potty and they take the baby straight to the toilet. Some people are able to walk around that. I don't know how they maneuver that, because in terms of even the size of the toilet and all of that with the baby. But I think for me, the stage is from diaper to potty. Then from potty, we start heading to the toilets. Okay, I feel like that stage is very important to help the baby understand what is really happening. So potty training is that transitioning a baby from fully depending on a diaper to now being able to start moving towards using the toilet or staying without diaper. Okay, and it is a stage or a phase that every child must go through, because you don't want to have your baby putting on diaper at the age of 4 years, at the age of 5, or the age of 7. Your baby is still on diaper. So it's a stage that every child must go through. So when it gets to the point where the child is now supposed to start potty training, you are supposed to bring that conversation up. Okay, so every child has to go through potty training, because you can't stay on a diaper forever. You will need to shift, you need to move. Okay, so that is why we have potty training. Okay, so just as the name says, so you need a potty to be able to train the baby. Okay, you need a potty, all right, to be able to train the baby. So we'll talk about the processes that you start, to do when you are ready to potty train. But right now we are talking about when is the right time to start potty training a child. Is there even the right age? Like, it's a standard age, you say at age 5 you start potty training a baby, or is there anything like that? From where I sit as a specialist, as a child care specialist, I have come to realize that there is no right time. Like, there is no standard time or standard age for potty training a child. There is no standard age for potty training a baby. Okay? Yes, what do I mean? You potty train your baby when the baby is ready. You must make sure that your baby is ready before you start potty training that baby. Okay, do not say my baby is 2 years old, my baby has to start potty training. My baby is 3 years old, potty training starts. My baby is 1 year old, we start potty training. I used to think that way before, but with years of experience as a child care specialist, I've come to discover you potty train a baby when the baby is ready. And babies are ready at different timings, different ages. You can find another child is ready at the age of 1, another is ready at the age of 3. Okay, so when your child is ready, you start potty training your baby. Don't use another person's manual on your own baby. Don't make that mistake. But then, when at what age should we know that at this age, was this baby should have started the process of potty training or should have already been potty trained? I would say by the time the baby is at most, or at least, or at most actually, age 3. By age 3, your baby should have been potty trained or has started the journey of potty training. Okay, at age 3, that baby should be ready enough, even in terms of his or her milestones, to be able to start potty training or should have already been potty trained. Okay, at the age of 3, because at the age of 3 you also discover that this child should be already starting to go to school. Okay, at the age of 3, so it will be a bit inconveniencing for that baby if the baby is not potty trained, because the baby will struggle a bit at school. Okay, so potty training, in fact, even in the school, especially if you take a child to a play group, one of the things that they would try to emphasize for that child at in that class is actually getting the baby potty trained. Okay, so it would be easier for the child if you start the journey from home. Okay, you start the journey from the house. You start potty training the baby from the house, so that by the time the child is going to school, the teacher is just emphasizing on what you've been doing at home. But if you're taking the entire duty to the parent, to the teacher, sorry, then the child will have a little bit of some struggle adjusting. All right, so by the time your child is 3 years old, your child should have been potty trained or started the journey of potty training. But saying that there's a standard time where every child must start, I say you leave that to when your child is ready. Okay, leave that to when your child is ready. Take for instance myself, with my children that I have, with my children, all of them actually started potty training at different ages. They all started potty training. There was one who started at 2.5. There was one who started at 2. There was one who started at 1.5 years. So like it's different. So you see, these are children that are living in the same household, but then they potty trained at different ages. Okay, so children are different. The moment you discover that your child is ready for potty training is when you start potty training. Don't force that child to start potty training when they're not ready, because what you'll be doing, you'll be really frustrated, and you'll be frustrating that child if you force them. But at the age, by the time the child is age 3, that child should even be ready. The child will be naturally ready to potty train. Okay, yeah, but anything less than that. Oh, I hope my internet is not acting up. Okay, yeah. So try not to force. Try not to force your child. Try not to force your child to potty train. Try not to force your child to potty train. Just take it easy with them. Take it easy, a step at a time. But if by 3 years your child is still not looking like they are ready, then you may need to start introducing. Yeah, start introducing it. If by 3 years your child doesn't show any sign of being ready to potty train, I think then at that point you may need to start introducing bit by bit, gently and patiently. And then with the help of taking the child to school, the teacher would also help emphasize, and your child will be good to go. But don't apply force at all in potty training these children. It comes naturally. Allow them to be ready. Allow them to be ready before you start potty training your child. Some children are ready at the age of 10 months. In fact, there's someone who was sharing with me the other day, a few days ago, and she was saying that her baby at the age of 10 months, the baby just started refusing diapers. The baby started refusing diapers, and at that point, she knew this one is ready. So she would even just leave the baby without diaper. And what she would do, she would just put a marking touch on the baby's bed, so that even if the baby soils the bed, it doesn't get into the mattress, because of the marking touch. Then she just cleans, and that's how the baby started growing out of diaper. And then potty training came in as well. So some babies start very early, 10 months, some start at 1 year, some start at 1.5, some start at two, some start at 2.5, some start at three. But like I said, if by 3 years your child doesn't still show signs of starting to potty train or wanting or showing interest with potty training, then you may need to start patiently and bit by bit, gently in bringing that conversation up, starting to introduce it for the baby. And then now when you take the baby to school, the teacher can also help by emphasizing on it, and the baby will be good to go. All right. Yes. So, what are the steps that you need to put in place when you've discovered that your baby is ready for potty training? What are the major steps you need to put in place to start the journey of potty training? First of all, the very first thing you need to do is to be sure, confirm that your baby is ready for potty training. There's so many ways that the baby will show you that they are ready for potty training. There are many ways. Okay, at times you find a baby would want to they want to relieve themselves, whether it's a long call or a short call. They go to a particular corner in the house. They try to look like they're hiding. Some of them, you find them going to hide behind the curtains, some behind the chairs, some just going to a corner of the house, and they just stand there and they're trying to relieve themselves, whether it's a long call or a short call, but mostly a short call. So a child starting to feel like or look like they are realizing what they are doing, when they are going for a long call, or even sometimes a short call, the child is beginning to be aware. Oh, they're doing something. So they go to a corner, or so they go to hide from where people are to be able to go for that long call. Then that child is beginning to show awareness. So once your child begins to show some signs of awareness, when it comes to going relieving themselves, then that child is a child that is trying to communicate that they are ready. Okay, so some sense of awareness. When a newborn baby, they can just lie down and then they just relieve themselves, and they don't feel anything, like they're not aware of what they're doing. They just know that when they want to release, they just release. Okay, but now when your child begins to they want to release, they look around and they see people there, so they run behind the curtain or run behind the chair or run to a particular corner to go and do it, or run into a particular room just to go and relieve themselves. Then that child is beginning to show some sense of awareness. Then that child now is kind of now starting to be ready for potty training. So you have to monitor that with time, and then now you start the potty training. So your child will show you when they are ready. They'll show you. Some of them would even want to start pulling off the diaper. You put on diaper for them, they pull it out. They'll pull it. They're not comfortable. Or some of them, you hear when they're you're trying to put diaper on them, they start crying. Okay, they are crying, they just feel it, they don't want the diaper. They are crying, they're trying to resist the diaper. Then that baby might now be showing you that this is a sign, me telling you, I don't like diaper, I don't mind being potty trained as early as now. Yeah, so some of them will start refusing, resisting diaper. Some of them will be hiding to relieve themselves. So those are some of the signs that you use to know this baby is ready for potty training. And so when you start seeing your baby is showing those signs, then please don't wait. Act as soon as possible. Okay. So then the second thing you need to do once you discover that your child is ready for potty training, you have ascertained that this child is ready. Of course, you know your child. So you know when you can tell when your child is ready if you interact well with this child. So the second thing you need to do is to actually get a potty. Now, I would encourage you to get a good potty. If you can invest well in the potty of your child, I think that would be good. Don't just rush in getting into all some of these, some of these very low quality or low standard potty. What I mean is just that, just something to just the child just sit. Try to make the potty to be attractive. Try to make the potty to be welcoming. Okay, invest in a good potty. That's what I would say. Invest in a good potty. The potty that I've used with my children is a kind of potty. Number one, it's colorful, and number two, it's a potty that comes with, of course, has a seat, a well-structured seat, and then it also comes with, a a stepping stone, not a stepping stone, but a stepping, like something to step on. Now, this potty for me, I feel like it's like a two-in-one kind of a potty. Um, okay. It's like a two-in-one kind of a potty, in such a way that it helps the baby to potty train. Then now when I am moving the baby to the toilet, it offers a step, it's like something where my child can step on to be able to sit on the main toilet. I don't know if you're kind of understanding what I'm trying to say. So it offers that. So I don't have to go by the toilet ladder, the children toilet ladder, to transition my baby from potty to the toilet, because this particular potty serves all that. Okay, it serves all that. And then the potty itself is such a way that I can actually remove the seat, the potty seat, of my child, and actually place it on the main toilet seat, so the baby will be able to use that. So I don't also have to buy an external baby toilet seat to use in supporting on the main toilet. So invest in a potty, especially if this is your first child. Invest in that potty, because even other children, if you desire to have more children, will benefit from that particular potty. Okay, so don't just get just any potty that you can find, cheap is cheap, as the cheaper the better. No, try and invest. I'm not saying spend millions or thousands of shillings, to get a potty, but what I'm trying to say is invest in a potty that will serve you well. Invest in a potty that will serve you well. Invest in a potty that will give you good services, not just for this particular child, but even for other children that God might give you if you desire to have them. Okay, yes, so invest in a good potty. So go window shopping, or go shopping, potty shopping. Yeah, and try to get a good potty that your child can use. Make it attractive, make it to be a bit colorful, that attracts the baby. Sometimes you find some potties even have some songs in it. I don't know how the song helps the baby, but yeah, just try to make it fun, so that it makes the reception, to be much easier as well. Okay, so make it beautiful, make it colorful, make it, a potty that can give you good services. Okay, so that you don't have to keep always buying. Like now, you, after the baby is done with with the potty, you have to go buy the ladder, you have to go buy the toilet seat, and all of those. If you can get all that in one, then you see, it serves you. It might be a bit pricey, but it serves you well, even in the long run. So the second step is actually getting a potty for your baby. Okay, what's the third step? Before that, allow me to just run through. Let's see if there are other comments. I can see Ogun is saying hi, 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 Ogun. Thank you so much for joining my live session today. I really, really appreciate. Thank you so much. You're welcome. And then I also have Jay. Jay is saying, "What's up?" Hi, Jay. What's up, Jay? Thank you so much for joining in today's live session. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this live session. I really appreciate you. Welcome. All right. Okay. So number 3. So now you have determined that your baby is ready for potty training. Number 2, you have gotten a potty for your child. So if you're just joining into the live session, we're talking about how will you know, how to know your baby is ready for potty training, or when is the right time for your baby to start potty training. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so one, you've actually confirmed that your baby is ready for potty training. Number 2, you've gotten a potty. Number 3, you need to start looking for a strategic position to place that potty. A strategic position to place that potty. Okay, you don't just put potty anywhere. You have to put it in strategic position. Okay, where your baby can easily access. Okay, you put your potty where your baby can easily access, without stress, without discomfort, because you see, this is a transition that is happening to them. This is a point where they're trying to adapt to a new norm. So anything that tries to inconvenience them, anything that tries to think, they want to cut off. from that thing. Now they start resisting it. And you don't want anything that will make your baby to resist this potty training journey. Okay, so try to ensure that nothing is giving them a hard time. Okay, nothing is giving them a hard time to do this. Make it as easy, as convenient as possible for them. So place the potty in strategic positions where the baby interacts more, number one. And when you noticed your baby was always going to go and do the long call or to go do the short call, you remember the first point? You notice that your baby is always uncomfortable when he or she is about to, have relieve themselves, especially when people are there. So they go to hide behind the curtain, behind the chair, at a particular corner. So now those are the strategic positions you need to be noticing, because when you're placing the potty, you might need to place in one of those places. I'm not saying you should place your potty behind the curtain, but next to the curtain. I'm not saying you should place your potty inside on top of the chair, but next to the chair where the baby was going to hide. That corner that the baby would go to stand to relieve themselves, that could be a beautiful strategic position. So position the potty at a strategic place where the baby can easily access, okay, and where there's no obstruction. Nothing is disturbing the baby from getting to that potty. Okay, if you start putting it in a place where if the baby wants to relieve themselves, they have to start moving some chairs away, moving some things away, moving some shoes away just to be able to access the toilet, or sorry, the potty, then that's an obstruction. And that with time will frustrate them. You know why? Not because it is a problem to move those things, but it's because it is a transition season for them. It's an adoption period for them. They're trying to adapt into their new norm. So, and it's already irritating enough for you to start telling them to go and sit at a particular thing just to relieve themselves. It's already irritating enough. So now you start telling them before you sit, you have to move the chair, you have to move the table, you have to move the seats, you have to. It's frustrating. It's like, I cannot do this. Like in their small mind, they're like, no, 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 I cannot do this. This is just too much. This is too much you're asking from me. So please, I'm not cut off for all this. And then they resist. And so now for you, you're forcing. For them, they have already given up. Like they have resisted it. And so it will take another journey for you to convince them to get back on that potty. And so at times it leaves the parents frustrated, or it leaves the child frustrated, okay, and traumatized, and which you don't want. So keep it in strategic position and try to avoid any inconveniences around where that potty is positioned. The next point I would tell you is get comfortable clothing that is potty training friendly for that baby. Get comfortable clothing. Like, don't, the baby is potty training, don't put the baby in a romper kind of a clothing. Because for you to start removing that romper for the baby to go to the toilet is a frustration. Remember the point number 3? Try to remove any form of inconveniences, any form of things that are trying to obstruct, or just trying to stress them, to be able to do this thing. The baby at this point, let's get this done and, get over it. But now when you start giving them some unnecessary, inconveniences, like now they're dressed in a romper, and then now it's time for them to relieve themselves. They have to start removing the romper, removing the legs, removing the other legs before they sit on that potty. It's frustrating for the baby. And so the baby will not enjoy the potty training. The baby will not enjoy it. So get potty training friendly outfits. If it's a boy, just get a trouser and a shirt, a trouser and a t-shirt, something that the baby will just pull down and use the toilet. And then when they're done, they pull it back again up. But a romper, the baby has to start removing, pulling. It's a lot. It's a lot. They don't want that stress. Trust me, they don't want. Even if it is you, someone is taking you through all that process just to be able to relieve yourself, you will give up. And you will prefer the diaper so that it's easy. I mean, it's easy. I do my thing, you can't remove and do your thing. Oh my gosh. At times I just wonder if we were to get into the minds of these children, the kind of things, sorry guys, the kind of things that they think about, I think we will really be laughing most of the time. Or you'll be like, wow. Yeah. So anyway, get potty training comfortable outfits for your babies. Okay, if it's a boy, just a trouser and a shirt or a t-shirt is fine. If it's a girl, maybe a dress, something that is easy to lift, a dress and maybe a stockings or something. Yeah, or even a trouser, even a pair of pants is okay for a girl child. Okay, during the potty training sessions, it makes work easy. It makes it, even for you who is assisting the baby to sit on that potty, if the baby is wearing a comfortable outfit, it's even easy for you. But if you've stuck the baby up with some uncomfortable outfit that they have to remove layers and layers just to be able to use the potty, it becomes stressful. Yeah, so avoid too many layers when it is potty training time. I'm not saying dress them light, I'm saying dress them comfortable. Dress them on potty training friendly outfits. Simple pants, simple trousers, and a top does the work. Okay, does the magic. So it's just easy to pull down, use the potty and pull it up. It makes the work easy. So invest on such clothes that makes it easy during the session, potty training sessions. Okay, now the next point I would like to mention is during the potty training you have to be very patient. You are teaching. At that point you have to wear your garment of a teacher. Yes, a teacher teaches. A teacher is patient. A teacher allows the child or their students to learn. Okay, give them time to learn. Don't rush this child because you'll be frustrated, and that child will also be frustrated, or if not even traumatized. So take your time. It might take longer for some children, it might take shorter period for some children. So master your own child and work with their pace. Okay, work with the pace of that child. Don't try to rush things up because you honestly be frustrated. Don't try. Just allow that child to flow with their pace. Take it easy. Be patient to teach. At this point, like I said, wear your teacher garments because you're about to do a good serious teaching. Yes, and you have to be patient. You have to be patient with that child. Be patient with your baby. Don't try to rush, don't try to compete. Your neighbor's child may have learned potty training within 1 week. Your child is taking 2 months. Please let that child take their 2 months. The journey has already started. With time, they will catch up. Okay, they will catch up. Don't be in a hurry. Understand your child's pace and work with them so that you don't get frustrated and you don't get the child traumatized. Okay, yes, so take your time. At times you can, maybe in a day you can just do the potty training for a few hours. You start like that. You don't just start potty training the whole day. No, start with few hours. Maybe you can say no diaper for 1 hour. We are just starting. No diaper for 1 hour. Within that 1 hour, you try to take the baby to the potty. With time, maybe week 2, you increase to no diaper for 2 hours. Okay, week 3, you can increase to no diaper for 3 hours. Week 4, no diaper for 4 hours. Before you know it, the baby will be able to cover a whole day, from morning till evening or till their bedtime without diaper. But you see, it's been a journey, it's been a process. Okay, it's been a journey, it's been a process filled with teachings, patience, staying with them and just walking the journey with them. So you need to be patient, okay? Potty training can be so easy for some children, but can be very hard and difficult for some children, especially the firstborns. The firstborns might take a bit of some time to adjust to this potty training, compared to a secondborn, thirdborn, other children that follows. Because why? The firstborn does not have anyone who they have seen doing it. They are learning on the job. Okay, but the second born probably maybe saw their first born, their sister or their brother doing it, so they picked it at some point. The third born saw someone doing it and they picked it at some point. You see, so it's easier for them. But the first born, there was no one doing it, there was no one ahead of them. They had to start, and lay the steps. Anyway, so yeah, so please be patient, teach, be a good patient teacher to your child at that point. It's very important. Okay, so be patient, take it easy, take it a step at a time, a step at a time, a step at a time, until your child picks up on that whole teaching. So yes, so those are a few tips I would share. I'm sure if you follow this tip, you will get you will get to a good place when it comes to potty training. You will honestly get to a good place when it comes to potty training. Don't be in a hurry. First, like I said, the first one is ensure your child is ready. Second, get a good potty. Invest in a good potty. Third, position the potty in strategic positions for the baby. Okay, position it in strategic positions. Fourth, I think I mentioned. Um, oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So the fourth one, try to make sure the baby is comfortable in terms of their outfits. Dress them in comfortable, potty, training friendly outfits. No, avoid obstructions, avoid inconveniences, on their way to the potty and while they're trying to sit on the potty. Don't put too many layers of clothes that they have to start pulling many layers, many layers, many layers before they finally sit on the potty. It gets frustrating. Okay. All right. And the fifth one, I've just said, be a teacher. Teach them. Teach them. And don't be in a hurry. Allow the child to flow at their pace. Help them. And with time, they will adjust. I'm sure if you follow these 5 tips, I am very sure you will get it right with potty training your child. Just take it easy, step by step, and get it done. So there is no right time to start potty training your child. When your child is ready, start. Okay? But when your child gets to the age of 3 years and they're not showing signs of being ready, then you may have to start introducing that topic to them. Okay, bit by bit, slowly by slowly, no pressure, no shouting, take it easy, introduce it. And also, when you now take the child to school, the teacher can also help to emphasize on this potty training, and the child will be good to go because you're teaching at home, the teacher is teaching in school. It will be easier. But whenever your child is ready, start. If the child is not ready by 3, try and start introducing it, and all will be well. Have you enjoyed this video? Have you learned anything? In this video, you can like the video, leave it in the comment section. I'll really, really appreciate. So there's a comment here from Zito. Zito is saying, hi. Hi, Zito. Thank you so much for joining into today's live session. I'm so sorry, guys. Today we started a bit late. Like I said, I had a parenting consultation session that ate into our live session time, and I just couldn't leave the parents hanging halfway. I just felt it was important to at least, finish the session with her before at least I can jump in here. So that's what took some time. If not, we would have started at exactly 9 p.m. So please forgive me and pardon me for that. But I was engaging a parent somewhere on in a consultation services. So yes, I actually do consultation services and parenting consultation services. So in case you would need a one-on-one conversation with me, maybe you just feel like there's something that you're not getting it right, and you would like me to have a conversation with you, that's one thing I do passionately. Okay, so you can engage me. Okay, let me know and we can have a conversation around that. All right, so thank you so much for every one of you who joined my live session. Our time is fast spent. We're supposed to end not later than 10 p.m, but yeah, thank you so much for every one of you who has joined my today's live session. I hope you've learned a thing or two about potty training and the right time to start potty training and how to start potty training your baby. So I'm hoping that this will help to make this potty training journey much easier for you. Thank you so much for all of you who has joined today's live session. I see you. Thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it. And for all of you who has liked my video, I can see the 4 of you who liked this live session. Thank you so much for those likes. I can see it and I really, really appreciate. I don't take it for granted. And for the many of you who left a comment, some of you saying hi, some asking questions, I can see you. And I'll just run through your names just to give you a shout out. Thank you, Shani, for your comment. Thank you, Do Victor. Sorry. Oh, I hope I've not done anything wrong. Thank you, Do Victor. Oh, sorry. I think that was a mistake. Thank you, Anu. Thank you, Anu. Thank you, Sahil. I can see Ogunsei. I can see Zito. Thank you so much for all those comments. Thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you for your chat. I really appreciate. Okay, thank you. I see you and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel and you love parenting content, then please subscribe. Okay, subscribe, because in here we have exclusively parenting conversations and parenting topics. Okay, so if you love such conversations, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and leave a comment. And you can also share. I really appreciate it. So let me allow you to sleep, go to bed. Yeah, thank you so much for staying with me for all these 40 minutes plus. I really appreciate. So if we don't have any further comments or questions or anything, then maybe we could just say a prayer and then we call it a night, right? So any question, any comments, anyone? All right, so I guess none. So let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this day. Thank you so much for the privilege for us to have this conversation. And I just want to pray for every child who is getting into the journey of or the process of potty training, or who is currently being potty trained. I pray for grace. I pray, oh King of Glory, that Lord, you will help those children, oh God Jehovah, to be able to understand and get potty trained successfully. And I pray for everyone who is potty training their baby. I pray for grace upon them. I pray for wisdom, and I pray for your strength, oh God, to be sufficient for them. At the end of it all, make this potty training session to be successful for both the baby and also the parent. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen and amen. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you by God's grace tomorrow in our live session, 9 p.m. East African time. Let's be here for another amazing parenting conversation. Until then, bye and see you tomorrow. Good night and enjoy your sleep.